Thank you, Coach. From beautiful South Florida, there's a look at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Detroit Lions and the Miami Dolphins. Two 1-1 teams here, each looking to move over 500, and we're underway here in Week 3. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Let's go now. 10-2 stop. 59. Go. Get it.
On first down, it's Evans. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Rush in. Rush in. Rush in. Now.
Motion, motion, motion. Reset, reset, reset.
Hit it.
They'll try the left side. Evans, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 3rd down.
Set. 60 or.
59, Mike to 59.
In your face.
5. Go.
Marino here from the gun. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. So possession goes over here on the punt, and the Lions will take over.
Ready, ready.
Mike 51. Let him know, let him know. Let him know, let him know.
Start.
Off play action. Gruber. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Jerome Baker, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Back to throw. Gruber. Oh, did he hang on to it? He did on the dive. Nice grab. A good pickup there. 18 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
Well, partner, when you ask anyone other than your QB to throw the ball, you must have a lot of confidence, or you think you're really going to fake them out, and it looks like they did exactly that.
Yeah, going deep in the playbook and a great grab on the other end.
Come on, set. 30 base.
Watch the run.
Hey, exit.
Mike 51, Mike 51. Bound to lose 1. Hey, Mike,
Go.
First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. Nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. He'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down.
So did you suspect the same thing that I did, that they were lining up just to draw them off sides here?
100%.
Well, how about that? They were going for it the entire time. Never a question in his mind about going ahead and getting it, despite where they were on the field.
Yeah, I don't know if you heard it in my voice when they snapped the ball. I was like, I almost wasn't ready to call the play. I just kept waiting for the timeout offensively. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to hold that one in.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. McCaffrey on the counter. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3.
Hey, let's go. Ready?
Looking to throw. Grugel under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Jerome Baker make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye, that happened fast, and a big sack. And he punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And a nice job here on special teams. This will be down inside the 10 at the 8-yard line. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? But it definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. Well, they're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
59 Mike, 59 Mike, check, 59. Oh, yeah, punt. Check 59, Mike is 59, Mike the 59. He don't know no better. Watch twist. Blue draw Corker. Get it.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Ready? 43 is the mic. Get that quarterback at all. Hey, Haywood. 43 is the mic, boy. 43. Check, 43. Coming. 43 is the mic. Yep. Watch the out. Hit it.
On 3rd down, Marino. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 25. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown. That's a tough spot as a quarterback, Charles. You want to get rid of it, but you see what can happen when you do try to get rid of it with pressure.
Yeah, and how about the pressure coming without them having to blitz? That's when you know things are clicking for your defense, and the end result, they end up gaining 6 points.
And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now, and I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
Back to the air, Marino after the pick 6. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. That's Deron Payne with a sack that time.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16.
Let's go, defense. And here we go.
Check 59. Mike is 59. Mike to 59. Come on.
Hey! Mike.
Marino will throw. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. And with the play clock winding down, we're going to get a timeout. So as they take it over, we step aside. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Mike's 43. Mike's 43.
All day, dog.
6-6. Pull it high. Hey, high 7. 43's the Mike. 43's the Mike. I'm coming, baby. I'm coming, baby. Woo! Yes. 43's the Mike, boy. 43. Check that.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. Got his man there. It's Wallace complete. 6-0 our score after 1. The Dolphins will send out the punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. He gets us away. It's a good one. Drawing toward the sidelines. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get it, push it, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
Off the play fake. Gruber. With a catch made by Hopkins. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Set up. 10-2 stop.
It's our time, guys. It's our time.
Hey, Zoo.
Mike 51.
Watch the screen. Pass.
Hey, Mike 51. Mike 51.
Here we go, D. Here I come.
Go, Mike
From the gun on third down. Gruber throwing the out route and complete. It's Schwartz. First connection there of the afternoon for those two, and it's good for a first down. On first down, this is McCaffrey. A gain of 3, second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Watch the pass. Watch the pass. Check.
61, matchbox lights. Ready?
Here's a 2nd and 7. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion, and both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
The Lions on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Back to throw. Gruber into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. He's picked off near his own 48, and he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
That throw by Marino, incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
All right, T, let's go. All right, T.
Hey, Alpha. Look at me. Zipper.
Watch the run. Watch the run. 59.
Yo, go.
59. Hey, come on out here. Come get some.
Hit it.
Marino sets up. And he's going to get this inside the 30. That one good for 13 and a Dolphin first down.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you get a heck of a tight end candidate.
First foray into the red zone for Miami. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 17. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. A great effort there. His 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys can now take the lead with the extra point. And there you go, nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let it run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking, beats good tackling on that play, and result, touchdown.
Extra point by Gay is up and good, and they take the lead here at 7-6. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. The result's not great thus far. A punt on the first drive and an interception last time out.
Now, let's face it, every team wants to come out on the field and play with some confidence, play with some tempo, play with some rhythm. And when you're making those types of mistakes, you're not getting any of that put together.
So what do you say, time to get back to the basics for them?
In a lot of ways, yes, but the biggest one, of course, is finding people who will take care of the football and make a few plays. You got to have a drive now that calms down the entire team.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
132 fighter.
This is McCaffrey. He's got daylight. 30, 20, 10, touchdown, Detroit. Christian McCaffrey, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Lions are going to jump back in front. They erased that deficit pretty quickly, did they not? A 2-play drive.
What do we call that? Short-lived?
Very.
Very short-lived. 2 plays later, they're in the end zone and back out in front. We always talk about drives, don't we? Does 2 plays count as a drive?
Not really, but that second play was so good. I don't care what we call it. It was enjoyable to watch. This time, the extra point up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Switch.
Look, squeeze.
Now Marino on first down. Gonna look deep for Wilson. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Topper!
Check 99, check 24, check.
You're out.
Kill.
On second down now, it's Evans. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Forcing incompletion on first down, then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Tight end left. Out. 3.
Hey, Delta.
43 is the mic. I got you, boy. Mike's 43.
Big River.
From the gun on third down is Marino. Flushed out right. And that is incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
We got this.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. when you score points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On second down, McCaffrey. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll send you up to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there, and he'll have stats and scores from a busy Sunday in the NFL. Back to the ground on first, it's McCaffrey. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. To throw on second down, Gruber gets this to his running back. It's Christian McCaffrey. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Come on, set. 60 or. 52's the mark. Coming this way, coming this way. Here we go, here we go. Here we go.
From the gun, Gruber. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. Boy, that's a 5-yard loss. 4th down now.
When you lose that kind of yardage on a pass play, you often expect it to be a sack. But that wasn't the case there. They completed the pass. Probably would have been better off just dropping the football and making an incompletion as opposed to catching it and losing that kind of yardage.
And well done here. That one will kick out of bounds at about the 8-yard line. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? That definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Now the question, what do you do here? Time not really an issue. You got over a minute, but you figure from this spot you'd need a good 50, 60 yards to even consider a field goal try.
Yeah, so there's optimism there, but there's also a little bit of restraint, right? You got to make sure you don't take a sack here. Don't end up in the end zone. Ball gets stripped. You could give up 2 points in that occasion, or maybe even 6 if you can't get on it and recover it yourself. So make sure you protect the guy throwing the football if indeed that's the plan of attack.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Protein spill. 25, check 25.
Now it's Marino. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he'll get it up a little shy of the 15. They'll spot him down at the 14-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Out of the gun, it's Marino. And he finds a man on the crossing route. And he will have a 1st down at about the 21-yard line. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime.
And we're pretty quiet, D. We're pretty quiet. 43 in the mic. Blue down, blue down. Hey, wahoo! 43 in the mic. Hey, 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 hey.
They'll throw on 1st down with Marino. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 40. And a potential turning point as they'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Come on, hey, Mike 51, Mike 51. Hey, Orville. Go, Mike 51, Mike 51.
Off play action. Gruber nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Lions will use the 1st of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
52, 52. Target. No, check that. We want Mike 52 right here.
Looking to throw. Gruber. And he's going to go down again. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. The final shot before break. Gruber under pressure again, and down he goes again. So we have reached halftime in what's a 6-point game at the break. As we go up to Orlando now and hand it over to Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Lions in the lead, and they're going to get the football first as well as the second half is underway. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way.
And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Christian McCaffrey, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2. Back to throw. Gruber, and he's got it. So the try for 2 successful, and that bumps their lead up even further. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. That's fielded in the end zone. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Here we go, D. All day, defense, all day. Go.
Right here.
2nd and 5 now. Marino. He's able to find Wallace. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Give him 12 yards there, and the Dolphins have a first down.
So how do you beat man coverage? First of all, you want to be a superior receiver, but you know something, that guy who's covering you, he's usually pretty good too. So the corner route is usually a great.
They'll run on first down. It's Evans, and this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line.
Mike 5'9", Mike 5'9". Defense wins championships, baby. Go. 59. Mike's 59. Now.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Marino being chased out left. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Watch out, watch out, watch out.
X3, 218, chop it. Go.
Now Marino. Gonna look deep for Wilson. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off down at the 2. Wow, between last week and this week, that's now 8 interceptions. 5 a week ago, now 3 here.
Well, he is so lucky that one of the defensive coordinators I played for, a man named Ken Donahue, is not there right now, because he saw that happen during his coaching career, and he grabbed a quarterback in the midst of a streak like this and said, tell you what, son, why don't you throw it to the defensive guys, and let's see if our receivers can intercept it.
Well, he's got to figure something out because the current formula is not working.
61, matchbox light.
The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. Well, that gives him a little room, but not much. A gain of 2 to the 5.
Well, not a game that you're going to go crazy about, but when you start at your own 2-yard line, any type of space is good for the offensive guys.
They just can't go backwards from here. They did it. Now we'll see if they can keep it on schedule here on 2nd down. Going to give this time to the tailback. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. First down Lions on a pickup of 13.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point. Going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Thanks to that last play, a little more room to operate. 1st and 10 at the 18. They'll run with McCaffrey. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Ricky. Alert 3. Alert 3.
Hey, exit.
Ready.
Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And some room to maneuver. He's at the 50. The 30. Past the 20.
You ain't doing nothing today.
A big play there from McCaffrey. And even 80 yards. So you got the lead here in the second half. Obviously, you love big runs like that at any time. Here, you really like them.
And how about the confidence that's being exhibited by that offense now? They don't care what you're lining up doing on the defensive side. They want the big fella to carry the football and carry it often.
So that's about as long a non-scoring play as you're going to see from inside their own 10 to 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Lions are able to extend their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They trail here by 24 points. Got to get going soon, you'd have to think, as they come up 1st and 10.
Mike is 59. Mike to 59.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Now Marino coughs it up. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Going long here for Wallace. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
An attempt at a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Hey, Haywood. 43's the mic. 43's the mic.
Let's go, D.
43's the mic, boy. 43. Check, check.
Mike. From the shotgun, Marino. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's fourth down. So 4th and 15, but the offense is staying out there to go for it.
Hey, we got 3 down. Leo. Kill. Check 43. Now.
Indeed, they're going for it with Marino. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off around the 41. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. Offense ready to kick off their next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. Your 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. First down Lions on a pickup of 13.
Now this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
10 Lobo.
Off the play fake. Gruber. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
A lone second remains now in this third quarter. On the ground, McCaffrey. And he's going to be stopped here for no gain. And that's going to take us to the end of the third quarter play. Back now in Miami. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The Lions on third down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 10.
52's the mic. Push him back. Push him back. 52. I got one. Ready?
Looking to throw. Gruber. And that will be incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line.
You rarely call your punter a weapon, but he certainly was there. How about that? Pinning him down at the 1-yard line and helping out the defense in a big way. I'm telling you what, if I'm a defensive coordinator, I might be thinking safety right now.
Here I come! Here I come! Here I come! Here I come! Hey! Mike, 59, Mike. Yes! We ain't giving up nothing today. Check 59, Mike. Mike is 59. Mike the 59. Pick it up. Hey, lock it. Check. Hard. Look at me. Zipper. Kill. Turn up. Shoot.
Now Marino back into his end zone. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Come on,
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Begin to tear you up. Don't get nervous. Mike's 59. Mike's 59. So don't say go. Get it.
Back to throw now in his own end zone. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And they work this out past the 25. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
132 fighter.
On first down, it's Evans. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Hey, shoot. Chopper.
They'll keep it on the ground. Evans. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5. The Dolphins on 3rd down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5.
Check 59, Mike is 59.
Here's Marino to throw. He's got his man on the crossing route. A really nice gain of 25 yards. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
They'll run on first down. It's Evans, and he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Evans. And some good tackling there as he's stopped up at about the 41. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And he'll finally be taken down at the 18. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
Here we go.
Now the former 4th-round pick, it's Kalen Balaj. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15, a gain of 3. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. On 2nd and 7, Marino. And he'll go down, brought down at the 20-yard line.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. The Dolphins on third down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This is third down and 12. Here's Marino. And the pressure gets to him again. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on fourth down.
64, weak. No. Go. Shit. Whip. Watch the whip. Bam. Shoot.
They'll try and throw forward Marino. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 11. And it's a good return here as he'll get all the way up close to the 35. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
Second and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column.
Great zone, travel.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go.
Plant. Hey, Alpha. He's not going to get me.
Go, Mike 51. Hey, let's come now. Hey, let's go. Let's come.
64. Go.
Off play action. Gruber. Throwing left side. It's complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Set the tone, defense. Let's go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
And the play clock is going to run out here. They're in no hurry to get a play off. That's going to set them back 5 yards. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. And now they're looking for 19 yards here on third down following 2 negative plays.
Hey, check. 3 down.
From the shotgun to McCaffrey. Finding some room at midfield. And he'll cut it out to the sideline. And finally wrestled down at the 8-yard line. And they will finally haul him down at the Dolphins' 8.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. Now a handoff here to his running back. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
No gain on the play. Leads to 2nd and
So this one's over. It's a win for the Detroit Lions, and it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second-half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the 2nd quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for Detroit, they get back in the win column as they move to 2-1 now on the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Dolphins, they'll fall to 1-2. And they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at MetLife Stadium with the New York Jets. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.